Welcome, Legion. Today I want to talk to you guys about how to fit your rehabilitation program and make time for your rehab into your lifestyle. So we want to remember that injuries obviously suck, but they're going to happen no matter how well we prepare. Sometimes they're just going to happen. It's a part of being competitive and playing competitive sport. And we want to use these injuries as an opportunity sometimes. The injury is there, and unfortunately it's happened. So there's no point kind of dwelling on it. We can definitely do a bit of an audit. Okay, why did it happen? Can we actually decide and work out maybe how this actually occurred? Then we want to use this time as an opportunity to get better. Get better in other areas and maybe hopefully prevent these injuries from occurring in the future. It's really important to manage your time correctly though and get the rehab done, because the rehab plan is going to work so long as you are consistent and you actually get the work done. So you have to plan it like you would plan a normal training program. If you set time aside to go to your sports training, so you go to footy training, cricket training, netball training, basketball training, frisbee training, Tuesdays and Thursdays, that's your training days. You no longer can't go to training because you're injured. This is not a time for you to rest. This is a time for you to work on your rehabilitation. And if the physiotherapist or the strength and conditioning coach has given you a workout to do, you need to organise your lifestyle to fit that time in. Because if you truly want to get back to playing your absolute best in your sport, you have to find this time. One, for yourself to actually get the work done. And then two, to optimise your recovery time. Because if you are not performing these sessions, for every session that you don't do, you're now actually one step back. And you can't just use a time frame, it's been 4 weeks, the doc said I could go back to playing. No, what have you actually done? What work have you done? That's how you need to determine your return to play. That's how you know you're going to be ready. If you've got a hamstring injury, a grade 1, usually 21 to 28 days, there's X amount of sessions that you need to complete in that period of time to successfully return you to play. And it's about getting that work done. And you have to organise your lifestyle and prioritise your rehabilitation to get that work done. Now, one way we can do this as well is to set goals. We consult with our physio rehabilitation targets, all right? So once I've completed this exercise, then what will I do? Or what do I need to complete to get back to full training? If the physio says, hey, I want you to be able to do 4 40-metre sprints at 100% with no issues, then you are ready to full train. I'm comfortable that you can complete that at a very high intensity, and that if you go back into your sport and you complete a sprint, that you're not going to re-injure yourself, using the hamstring example I used before. Think of this very similar to how you make time for your sport and your training as it currently is. Really all now we're doing is just replacing that training with that rehabilitation process. It's a great thing to actually use a diary or a calendar to specifically put when you're going to do those exercises. In the acute phase, sometimes physios require you to do quite a fair bit of rehab. They might be really low level, low volume exercises, but you might have to do them quite frequently, 3, 4, 5 times a day. In these circumstances, it might be a really good idea to set an alarm. Do my rehab exercises. You spend 5 minutes doing your rehab exercise, it's done. And that's one step closer to getting you back to play. Because every time you don't do that, you're now staying in exactly the same place. Time doesn't heal your injury. You heal your injury. So remember that when you're doing your rehab program, that you are the controller of your destiny. You are the one who's going to get you back to return to performance with the help of the physios and the S&Cs. Thanks for that, guys.